All right, good morning. Today is Thursday, February 13th, 2025. I'm Anthony. This is Drive Dive. So yesterday, I hope I presented a strong argument for not dismissing certain early childhood behaviors as annoying, but rather accepting them, acknowledging them as opportunities to learn, opportunities for children to play and to develop. In the case of my daughter, develop her speech. So today, I'm hoping to present an argument for video game play and just share a bit about the positive experience that my son and I have had playing video games and the way it has evolved and the skills that he has obtained, not just through video game play directly, but then through some of the other activities that followed from that video game play. And so, as I've mentioned, I think early on, we went from some, what did I call them, like one-finger games on tablets, from learning letters and learning pins and using the pin to teach him my wife's cell phone number, and then evolving to two-thumb games, right, where you're using a controller and playing more sort of console-based games. And then we moved on to some PC games, right, like Roblox, and we tried Minecraft a little bit, but really now it's been a lot of, I guess, Rocket League and Fortnite, and sometimes going back to Roblox. But so through that video game play, I really do value video game play over passive screen time and just watching television shows, or dare I say watching YouTube, right, and just consuming things for pure entertainment purposes that aren't necessarily teaching us anything, that we aren't acquiring skills through, right? And so by that I mean, you might say that video game play is strictly for entertainment purposes, but while you might not be wrong, I would say that there's at least the learning of or acquisition of hand-eye coordination skills, right? Or certain video games, when you are collaborating as part of a team, well, you're developing collaboration skills, communication skills. In a lot of video games, there's exposure to currency. So you're learning how to read numbers, addition, subtraction. I think you're learning a little bit of perseverance, where I'm thinking of our experience playing Bee Swarm Simulator on Roblox. You often needed to spend a lot of time gaining pollen, converting it to honey, and then using that honey to purchase a larger backpack, a better harvesting tool, and things of that nature. So lots of skill acquisition, I believe, those soft skills, right, through video game play and that screen time that he would not have otherwise developed, I think, just watching any old television show, whether for him it was, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood or Blaze or Paw Patrol. He would not have, I don't believe, acquired those skills, certainly not to that level, watching and consuming that type of content, right? But being actively engaged through video game play did acquire these skills. But what followed from video game play, right, there was this sort of back and forth and I don't know if you'd call it cyclical, but certainly some sort of interaction between the two activities of video game play and YouTube consumption. So to elaborate on that, I think prior to two-thumb games, right, the introduction of console and PC gaming, he was watching YouTube and he stumbled on, oh my goodness, brings back a few years, but like Mr. Quacker Jacks or Quacky Jacks or something like that, that he initially stumbled upon on Tubi, watching Paradox and Quacker Jacks, Mr. Quacker Jacks, and their video game play, footage of their play. He was hooked on that for the longest time. I said, hey, well, instead of just watching people play video games, would you like to learn to play video games? Right? There was that interaction. Maybe it started with the consumption and then to the, like I've said, like active engagement. And then as he's learning to play video games but still watching this content, I then said, hey, would you like to try to figure out how to make your own videos? And so this constant sort of back and forth, right? This, like I said, cyclical process and interaction between the two activities. But then once we started recording our own gameplay, and once he was able to watch me edit some of the gameplay, I'll always remember when he was watching, I'm not going to think of the gentleman's name, but he's watching somebody play Among Us, and he's wondering while he's watching the video, how does this person always get to be the imposter? Round after round of Among Us, he's the imposter, he's the imposter, he's the imposter, and then it clicks. He goes, they probably just edited out the times when he was a crew member, when he wasn't the imposter. They cut that part out, they skipped right over it, and they're only showing us the rounds where he's the imposter. So through video game play, which then evolved into now content creation, recording videos, he's then developed, in my view, this sort of critical thinking lens, right? Or critical consumption of content. Like, is this real? Is this edited? Right, and kind of has that ability to look at the content he's watching and reflect on it that way. Really think a little bit deeper about it. And so, again, I don't want you to just dismiss video game play as purely entertainment, as a waste of time, as, they're always in their room playing that stupid Fortnite. There are learning opportunities inherent in these video game activities, these gaming activities. But I will say, to give myself, I guess, a pat on the back and to encourage you as a parent, as a caregiver, a lot of what occurred was, I think, as a result of me engaging with my child and asking him these questions and saying, hey, we could try this or we could try that. Instead of watching, we could play video games. Instead of just playing video games, we could create content if you're interested in those things. And then, I've been involved with him and, in doing those things. And yes, it's required a lot of support, right? I think to create better content and to be equipped to do it. We have invested in some video mixers and capture cards and gotten pretty technical with it. I don't know that he understands all of those aspects, but I will say that those are certainly some additional skills that could be acquired in this process, right? Some specific AV skills, audiovisual skills, just learning how to connect everything. But it does take someone else, I think, to be involved and to prompt and to say, like, hey, this is possible. Are you interested? I can support you in, and then working together to make that happen. I don't know that on their own they would necessarily know what the next sort of level, the next sort of iteration, would be. I don't know that my son would have figured all of that out on his own had I not been involved, engaged, watching the YouTube content with him, watching him play video games. If I hadn't myself had some of these prior experiences, right, having grown up playing video games myself, understanding AV equipment to some degree. So I just encourage you to, again, not dismiss it, take an interest, be there with your child in what they're watching, in the content they're consuming, the games that they're playing, and be on the lookout for opportunities to make it less passive, make it more active, identify these learning opportunities and capitalize on them. So that's it with my 10 minutes. I hope I presented a strong, convincing argument for video game play, the learning opportunities that are there and possible through video game play. And that's what I was trying to do this week, just talk about active play, constructive play, productive play, I think was the term I was using. But anyway, if you wouldn't mind, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I try to keep it to about 10 minutes every day. Share something with you. I know I spoke out against kind of passive consumption. I hope that this video, my videos on my channel, serve in some capacity to educate, motivate, inspire. That's it, man. Hit that notification bell so we can catch you on the next one. I'll get my last one for the week. Tomorrow is Friday. Get that one in the morning. So I'll catch you then. Have a great Thursday.